One probably couldn't have gone much better for you. Tell us through that portion of it before we get to the second part of the question.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was I was lined up next to you, right?
Me.
In the first moto?
Oh, no, him.
Yes, to the right.
Yeah,
of
and
me.
I remember I got the jump on him, and I look over, and I'm like, yeah, what's up? And I got it, you know, I got the whole shot, and was riding good, and, dude, the guys were right there. Zach was there. We hit lappers. He'd catch me. I'd get away due to lappers. I saw Alex right there. I mean, we were just yo-yoing the whole time, and I think I got a little lucky with the lappers, and Zach was, I was able to kind of keep him at bay, and it was a good first moto.
The second moto was started off almost exactly the same.
Yeah, it was great. Got the whole shot again, and you know, I'm really comfortable with the Geico Honda out of the gate. It's been really good this year, and just unfortunately lost the front end in the second turn there.
Had to do a lot of work from there, and you know, how do you think your day went compared to how it started in Moto 2? Did you come back to where you were at least somewhat satisfied?
I'm obviously bummed. You know, I would have liked to have gotten up there further, or even not. I mean, not even gone down at all. I made one mistake today, and that was in the second turn in Moto 2, you know? Otherwise, it was a good day. I felt really good in the second moto. I felt like I was riding better in Moto 2. I would have liked to have been up there with the boys battling, but I was in the back ripping tear-offs and eating roost.
I'd like to open it up to questions from the media. I'll continue to ask you guys some awesome questions, and we're going to move over to Alex Martin. And Alex, your day was kind of similar to your brother's. Had real highs and then a couple lows, and then you did some damage control. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so, I mean, RedBud's one of my favorite venues, so really looking forward to coming here. And, you know, obviously that first moto, we were all 1, 2, 3 in the points, and it was solid. And, yeah, not much passing going on. And typically you expect RedBud to kind of be more of a gap between the top guys. And, I mean, for the most part, we were just 1, 2, 3 right there the whole moto. So that was a little bit of a bummer because you're kind of looking for that advantage, and we were also evenly paced and matched. But and then second moto was able to get out front and get the whole shot right after he tipped over, and it was a picture-perfect race, and I just kind of threw it away. So I'm pretty disappointed with that because it, you know, could have been 3-1 for the overall. So a little bit bummed with how that went. But, you know, these guys are tough, and we've been consistent for the most part, and you know, it's been fun.
Zach Osborne, I guess a similar question is, both of your motos started off similar. You didn't quite get up to the front, but you did it through attrition.
The first one was good. I started second and was right behind Jeremy. You know, all three of us were kind of freight training there for a little while, and he would get away, I'd come back, he would get away, I'd come back, and Alex was right there the whole time, so it was a really good race. I mean, it sucks to lose, but if you're going to lose, like, to be on the pace and be right there and, you know, not only lose 3 points it's not a huge deal. So it was a good moto, and it's rare that the first, second, and third in the points have a duel like that, and to do it here at RedBud was pretty cool, I thought.
I mean, obviously, the two on the outside have a lot of national experience from when you're children. Is there any place that gets more insane during the race than this place with the fans?
No, I'd say RedBud's definitely probably one of the best ones. Like, other than like when I raced for Motocross the Nations overseas. I mean, those guys got chainsaws, and you know, they've got blow up dolls on the side, and they're jamming them over the fence. You know, like, I mean, it's a different world over there, and they're next level. But RedBud's probably one of the closest ones to that.
You spent a lot of time in Europe. I mean, is there anything similar to this over there?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they're insane. Like, they don't care. One of the GPs in France, they have this, it's like a street bike engine on a crate, and you just pay like 10 euros, and they give you a can of gas. You can just hold it wide open until you run out of gas or whatever. That goes on till like 3 or 4 in the morning. So RedBud's next level here in America, but there's definitely some crazy Euros out there.
Now I'd like to open it up to questions for the, yes, sir.
Can you guys talk about the track changes a little bit? I know they brought in a ton of sand and they changed the leap a little bit. You guys were hitting it like pretty consistently in practice, and then towards the end of the motos, didn't look like you guys were going for it. Was that just like an
never
energy
jumped
statement?
at one time all day because I
Yeah.
don't want to. I'm not trying to jump that lip jump.
Me and Zach know better.
I feel like that left, right kind of closed the line down there a little bit. Like, I made some passes in the second moto, but I just felt like it was a little bit one-lined with instead of the normal left straight to the leap with the kind of chicane there. It was just a little bit one line for me.
Yeah, Alex, I saw Tyler Rattray on the side of the track during practice, throwing a little fit, trying to get you to jump the leap there.
Yeah, I was really, really tempted there for a couple laps. It's because Faulkner jumped it in front of me in practice, and I'm like, I definitely, because for whatever reason, I was more confident, because I've done it the last 3 years with the left-hand sweeper before it, because you could keep a little bit more momentum, but with the chicane this year, just for whatever reason, it didn't seem like you had the momentum to jump it. And obviously the guys were jumping it, but I was just like, I don't want to end my year in this stupid jump right now, so I'm just going to chill out. And, I mean, I still qualified second. Zach qualified first, and we didn't jump the leap. So I don't think it was a big, big difference. But so I was basically ignoring Tyler.
I think jumping it takes a little bit of pressure off of you for the rest of the lap. Like, you have to be a little bit more perfect around the track to not jump it and still be fast. But, I mean, I think you can make it up.
Jeremy, how are you able to, I guess, put it out of your mind when, like in the first moto, when Zach was right behind you, basically the entire moto, and it seems like that would just create a lot of pressure and stuff, but obviously you handled it. But how do you handle that?
Yeah, I mean, we've all been kind of doing this long enough now to where, like, we've all been in a heated battle with someone for for a lot of years now, and it's like I've been in situations where I've had a lot more pressure, and I could hear Zach, and I knew that he's fast and he was coming up on me, but I knew that it was probably due to maybe one or two better lines, or he was a little bit more aggressive here or there, and I was able to kind of a couple of times he came in on the inside of me and I could hear him, and then I was able to pick up a couple better lines. But the lappers played such a big part in, like, the first moto that, the blue flags were waving and those guys just weren't getting out of the way. So I got messed up, and I guarantee these guys got messed up by lappers. So it'd be kind of cool if it'd be a little better if they were, a little more friendly. And when we're in a freight train like that, the three guys in the championship, it'd be cool if we could, keep the battle without those guys in there,
For all three of you guys, we just hit the mid-season point. Give yourself a mid-season grade here.
Yeah, so I'm kind of in a lot different position the way I feel mentally than last year. I came in kind of nursing some injuries from Supercross and on a new bike, so my goal was just to be healthy for the first three and be in a good position, and we ended up being, I think, third or actually second after the third round. So for me, I've just kind of been gaining confidence as we go and getting a little bit better, more comfortable, figuring the KTM out. And I'm, pretty happy to be in second, but not so happy that Zach's got such a big lead. But all I can really focus on is myself and making myself better. So, we're going back to Florida, and we're working hard during the week and just chipping away and try and come out swinging. But, overall, we're second in points, so it's not too bad.
Coming into the season after the way the Supercross Championship went and everything, I didn't really know what to expect. I was kind of like emotionally and physically drained after the Vegas deal, but to go 1-1 at Hangtown kind of pick things up on the right foot, and I've just tried to carry it along as much as I could. So I would have to give myself a pretty good grade at this point. I think my average finish is like 3-ish, and that's what it takes. So I just have to keep putting myself in a good position and see where we are at the end.
Alex, there's been several different moto winners, and there's been a lot of point situations where the top three has been so close, where it's hard to determine really who's going to be on the podium. But at this point now, it seems like you guys have been maybe the strongest or the most consistent. Do you kind of see that, like, the two guys to your right are your competitors for the outdoor title?
Yeah, obviously, at this point we're 1, 2, 3 in the championship, and then there's going to be guys where we go to their home race and they're going to be a little bit more spunky and ready to kick some butt that weekend. But I think for the most part, this season we're a little bit more seasoned, and the veterans are have been consistent, and that's why we're 1, 2, 3, because we've been around and we have that experience, and we're pretty much have every track somewhat dialed. Like I don't really, other than maybe Millville, and even then, that doesn't guarantee I'm going to win. There's all these tracks, we've been to them before. We've all had good results there. So it's not like I can really count on one race to try and dominate and get points up on these guys. Like, we're all so solid. And I really think that, honestly, the biggest thing is just getting a start and getting out front and trying to conserve your energy, because it doesn't really do you any good if you win by 30 seconds in one moto and then you're kind of spent for the second moto. So there's a lot of strategy that's been, I think, involved this year.
Next question for the guys. Final question then for you. Obviously, we're heading to someone pretty different next week. We'll be heading up to Southwick. Was off the schedule for a little bit. What's the three of your thoughts heading into the next round?
Yeah, I guess for me, it's just another race. I think we all kind of like the sand. Zach spent a lot of time in the sand, and so does my brother. But that's a track where I feel like a start is pretty huge as well, because it's not a very wide track and it's tough to pass. So, we're all in Florida at the moment, and we'll be practicing in the sand this week, and I'm sure working on our start. So, yeah, that's about it. I'm definitely looking forward to it, though.
I feel like this track today is almost as sandy as what we're going through next weekend. So, but I did hear that they brought in some sand, so that would be really good. I like the sand, and I look forward to going to Southwick. Last year didn't treat me too well, but I'm on a different sort of playing field this year, and I look forward to it.
Anything from Mr. Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm excited. More racing, more chances to get some wins and some overalls, and I like the sand, so the boys like the sand, so should be some good racing.
Should be a great week. And how about a nice round of applause for the top three in the 250 class today? Gentlemen, thank you very much.